and what's this feel like 2 days out?
Yeah, it's a good feeling, and it's not as cold as I thought, so that's a bonus. No, this is fantastic. Our guys are more than ready, and coaching staff is ready. We just had a great 50 days or so in Sarasota, and now we're ready to play some real games. So it's a exciting time.
How's Andrew approaching this start? I'm sure he's happy to have the honor, but he's close friends with Alex. It feels bad for him.
I think you hit it on the head. I mean, he excited to do it, but felt bad for Alex. They're close friends, so I know everybody was looking forward for Alex to make the opening day start. And it's just unfortunate circumstance. But we're happy to give the ball to Andrew, and our rotation changes a little bit, but we have all the confidence in Cash to go out and give us a good start opening day.
You got your players on this field. Is it seeming a little bit more real now?
Yeah, a little bit. Obviously this stadium's so beautiful, and this is just we're fortunate. We're fortunate to be in the big leagues, but also here. And it's a great feeling to have a group of guys that you care about, that are ready to spend the next 6 months with, and what a better place to be.
Brandon, do you have at least the first weekend now?
Yeah. So we're gonna Cash, and then we're gonna do the opener the day after the off day, and then the third day is gonna be Bundy. Second day is probably gonna be Carnes to start the game, and then we'll go from there.
Did you want to break Dylan and Andrew up just because you know what you might get from them in a more conventional sense?
Well, not really. I think going with the opener, ideally it's around the off day. Just because our bullpen will be rested, and we're trying this out. It's new for us, new for me. But yeah, I mean, to be able to have your bullpen rested before that game is key, and so that's why we picked it that way.
Brandon had the guys out from Naval Academy this morning.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was an awesome experience. I think our guys got a ton out of it. It's really inspiring. That was my first time going to that and going to see Annapolis and the whole academy. We had lunch with the 4,500 of the their kids. And it was just a great experience. Everybody was so welcoming, and they were just fantastic to us. And I know our guys probably got more out of it than they did, for sure.
Hey, Brandon, 50 days in Florida, a lot of getting to know one another, a lot of newness here.
Yep.
What level do you anticipate and expect when the games start in New York on Thursday, as far as what you've seen from these guys? What's a fair expectation?
I think the expectation is that we're going to compete every single night and try to win the game. I loved our energy level. I loved how aggressive we were. I thought we ran the bases fantastic. I think we're becoming a much improved defensive club. So that's the kind of club that I envision going forward, is a team that catches the ball, that plays with energy, that gets down the line, that puts pressure on defense, and that grinds out at bats. And if we can do that, we'll be in good shape.
Did Alex try and talk his way back into that start, or did he have to concede that he wasn't ready? What was he like with that whole thing?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. But we kind of came to a consensus. We came to an agreement that it was the right thing to do. It's early. We want 30+ starts at him. We don't want to lose. We don't want to lose time with him. And like I said before, the season opener is just a date on the calendar. Even though it's a really special day, and we're also, it means a lot. But it is one of 162, and we want Alex for the majority of the season and not lose him because we pushed him early and made a start that probably wasn't ready to make.
As a compensation, he'll probably pitch the home opener. At least that's what Mike says.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be exciting for him, you, and the whole team. Really.
Yeah, that was kind of how we brought it to him a little bit. What's the right thing to do? And in our eyes, and then his eyes also, was to give him a little bit of time to make sure he's 100%, and then it kind of lines up perfectly for the home opener. So we're excited that he's going to be able to do that.
Are you excited about being here in front of a full house at Camden Yards, as your home debut?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll hit me. I think probably New York and then the home opener here. But yeah, I mean, this is a real special time. I've been really fortunate to be in big games and been on a team that's done a lot of pretty cool things and played in front of 40,000 plus nightly, and so to have that kind of atmosphere, there's nothing better than that, and so I'm looking forward to that first night for sure.
It was in Washington yesterday, and somebody asked Dave Martinez, who I know you know well,
Yep.
if he was ever surprised by anything in the first year of his managerial experience, and he said no, because Joe Madden had let him shadow pretty much everything he did in his bench coach role. I know you weren't in the bench coach role under Joe as long, but what did you kind of get from him in your experience?
Well, that's one of Joe's strengths, is that he really lets coaches coach, and he has he has your back. He has a lot of freedom to his coaches, and being with him for 4 years, giving me a lot of responsibility. Being there with him in all game decisions last year, I feel that he really allows you to have a voice. He encourages debate. He's just got so many great qualities about him that you learn from and that you want to take with you. So I can understand why Davey said that. But yeah, we're all fortunate to coach with him and to have, as a mentor. But I've had good people around me for a long time that have really shaped kind of how I go about things. And Joe's one of my bigger influences.
I know you haven't coached a meaningful regular season game yet, but has anything surprised you about the gig so far?
Not so far. I think this is pretty much what I thought it was going to be, and it's fantastic. I love it. I think this is what I've watched, right? So I've been in being a bench coach for a while and doing the first base coach thing and putting together spring trainings for a lot of years. I've always watched the manager and been with the manager a lot, so I have a pretty good feel for what the job is, and but there's nothing like managing a Major League Baseball game, and that's a different story. Game's fast. You have to slow the game down. You got to work backwards. There's a lot of things that go into it. So that'll be brand new in a couple days.